Today we are discussing about the degeneration. Okay, what is degeneration? Structural and functional changes that occurs at the tissue level, and which we call it as a sickness of the cell. It is due to non-fatal injuries or adverse influences. Okay, now the definition is given that it indicates the pathological changes which occurs in the cell or the tissues in the process of sickness due to non-fatal injuries or adverse influences, that we call it as degeneration. Now there are two effects on the cell: direct toxic action upon the components of the cell and secondary changes resulting from the deranged intracellular metabolism. Whenever the intracellular metabolism get deranged, there will be secondary changes that appears. Okay, so these are the two effects on the cell which occurs commonly. There is the second terminology we are using, that is infiltration. It is a term used by Virchow, Dr. Virchow. This Virchow, it is a very famous pathologist or scientist that invent the Virchow's triad. We are going to discuss that about that triad in the thrombosis while studying thrombosis, and also he invented the fifth inflammatory sign. There are characteristic signs of inflammation in that. The fifth one discovered by this Virchow, that is functionolasia, that's discovered by this Virchow. So this infiltration is also the term which is invented by Virchow. That is, whenever something abnormal has been added to the cell, the abnormal when in the normal cell. Please note down that degeneration which shows some abnormalities in the cell, but here in the normal cells, whenever something has been brought and added to the cell, we call it as infiltration. There is just nothing but accumulation of the abnormal quantity of the substance within the cytoplasm due to some systemic derangement. So this infiltration is the terminology we are using with the fatty changes in the liver. In the chronic alcoholics, this fat get accumulated inside the liver. We call it as infiltration. In the normal hepatocytes, this due to this alcohol, this fat get accumulated abnormally. So we call it as fatty infiltration. Okay. Now, what is the etiology of degeneration? What is the etiology of degeneration? Again, we discussed this part while introduction of pathology, that there is physical things, physical causes, chemical causes. Okay, so like this etiology of degeneration: physical, that is trauma, excess of heat or cold, x-rays and radiation. Now please tell me, what is the effect of cold, excessive cold on the body? Yes, what is the effect of cold, extremes of cold on the body? And what is the effect of excess of heat on the body? If you know. Yes, you can raise your hands. If you know, you can raise your hands. What is the effect of cold, extremes of cold? Yes, Komal.
Ma'am, body starts shivering to prevent the excess loss from the body or excess heat loss from the body.
No. What is the change? What is the effect on cell due to extremes of heat? Because we are discussing about degeneration. No, degeneration is a sickness
Yes.
of cell at the tissue level. What is the effect of cold on the at the tissue level?
Ma'am, less blood supply to extremities in the order to preserve body heat.
What is the cause of less blood supply? What
The
is the
blood
effect of cold on the blood vessels? Yes.
Means reduction in the blood flow, that are white blood cells are means flow
Why?
slowly.
Why the flow reduces? You mean to say flow reduces? No.
Ah,
What happens when the mountaineers they are suffering from the frostbite? Have you heard this word frostbite?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
What happens? It is the effect of cold, no, on extremity
Yes.
in the foot, the toe of the foot. There is frostbite. We call it as. What is that?
Hmm.
It is nothing but the effect of cold on your tissues. So what happens in this? There is vasoconstriction. There is constriction of the blood vessels also, which reduces the blood supply towards the cell, end cells, and there will be anoxia of the cell, anoxic necrosis occurs. Later on, it will get ended into gangrene. Okay, so in the frostbite, if it is not recovered back, then you have to cut your fingers. That is only the
Huh?
treatment. Okay, so it is the extremes of effect of extremes of cold on your body, frostbite. Okay,
Yes,
vasoconstriction
ma'am.
occurs, and exactly opposite. What is the effect of excessive heat on your system? There is liquefaction of the various enzymes. Okay, inflammatory
yes.
changes, liquefaction of various enzymes, which gives rise to edema. Okay, so here there is constriction, and here there is inflammatory edema due to excess of heat. Okay, so again, trauma, it gives rise to direct impact on the cell. X-rays, radiation gives rise to indirect effect on the cell. Okay, so these are the physical agents which causes degeneration. If it is stops this excess of heat and cold, if the recovery is if the cause is removed within a time, this cells, that is degeneration of the cell, can regain back its normal structure and functions. Okay, but if it is not removed, the cause is not removed within time, then there will be permanent damage. Okay, now, the second cause, exogenous cause, exogenous chemicals that like phosphorus, chloroform, arsenic, alcohol causes effects, degenerative changes at the cellular level. Okay. Then third is endogenous cause, endogenous metabolic products like the bile salts, which produced in the jaundice. Then the metabolic products in the eclampsia. What is eclampsia? Have you heard this word before? Eclampsia.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. No,
Ma'am.
It
ma'am.
is hypertensive disorder in the pregnancy. Okay, it is hypertensive disorder. Sudden there is hypertension in the pregnancy, and there is edema in the fit of that particular pregnant lady, and the blood pressure is also very much high. We call it as eclampsia. So there is metabolic products releases during eclampsia causes damage to the cell. Then bile salts which releases in the jaundice damages the cell. Acetone in the diabetes mellitus, that is ketone bodies, or acetone which releases in the diabetes, which causes degenerative changes at the cellular level. Understood? The next cause is bacterial. Examples, acute diphtheria and pneumonia. These are the causes of bacterial infection or tuberculosis. It is given in the chronic conditions, acute there diphtheria, pneumonia, okay, or bronchitis. This type of infections, they are acute infections, bacterial infections. Bronchitis by streptococcus, common bacteria, then chronic tuberculosis. Okay. So these are the examples, or these are the causes which gives rise to derangement at the cellular level. Now, in degeneration, up till now, if there is any query, you can raise your hands and ask. So no query. It is very easy part. But it is a basic part, basic for each and every disease process. First, there is degenerative changes occurs. So you have to find out which type of degeneration. Okay. So here we are going to study various types of degeneration. Okay. So the first type is cloudy swelling. It is albuminous or parenchymatous degeneration. Cloudy swelling, it is also called as albuminous degeneration. Okay. So what is albumins? They are proteins, no? So somewhere defect in the protein part at the cellular level, then we call it as cloudy swelling. Second is hydropic degeneration. It is also known as vacuolar degeneration. Vacuoles get formed in the cytoplasm. So the next part of cloudy swelling is hydropic degeneration. Always first cloudy swelling occurs, and when it extends, it will get converted into hydropic degeneration. That is vacuolar degeneration. Then third type of degeneration we are going to study is fatty degeneration. Fourth type is amyloid degeneration. It is little bit some complex degeneration, complicated degeneration. Then next is lipoidal degeneration. Lipoidal degeneration is nothing but the atherosclerotic changes, okay, that occurs due to lipoidal degeneration. So the fifth degeneration we are going to study, fifth one is lipoidal degeneration. In that degeneration, I am going to teach you the atherosclerosis, which I am not going to repeat again while studying the cardiovascular system, okay, cardiovascular diseases. So in that also, this atherosclerosis is included, or vascular diseases, atherosclerosis is included. But we are going to study lipoidal degeneration and atherosclerosis at the same time. Okay. Then the sixth one is mucoidal degeneration. Sixth one is mucoidal degeneration. When the mucin metabolism get deranged, there is degeneration. We call it as mucoidal degeneration. Then fatty infiltration. See, two type of infiltration we are going to study: fatty and glycogen. Glycogen infiltration and fatty infiltration. And ninth one is hyaline degeneration. Okay, so this 9 type of degeneration we are going to study one by one. Okay, understood up till now? So what is degeneration? Raise your hands and tell me. Yes, what is degeneration?
Degeneration is
Structural and functional changes.
occurs
No,
at the expression occur and
Yes. So yes, please raise your hands, because there are a lot of students here. So you can raise your hands and I will ask you then. Okay. Okay, Namrata.
Ma'am, degeneration is structural and functional changes occurs in tissue and cell.
Tissue and cell. 4 others members, they are also raised your hand. Okay, raise. Okay, so Rujuta, please tell me what are the causes of degeneration? These causes, they are coming again and again while studying the degeneration. So basic, you should know what are the causes of degeneration. The types may be different.
physical.
Yes. Yes, Rutuja, sorry, Rutuja. What are the causes of degeneration? Yes, any other? Suchita, Pansare. Suchita, you can also tell. What are the causes of degeneration?
And due to non-fetal injuries.
Causes of, just we discussed now, physical causes, what are the chemicals, exogenous causes.
Environmental causes, genetic
Uh,
factors, environmental factors, genetic
no,
factors.
no, no.
Exogenous, endogenous.
Endogenous, exogenous causes, physical.
Region-
Causes of degeneration, I asked, no. Just we discussed in last slide, no. Yes, Namrata.
Ma'am, causes is physical, exogenous, endogenous,
Yes.
and bacterial.
Okay. In physical, what are the conditions?
In physical trauma, excess of heat, cold, X-ray radiations.
Yes, yes. And what are the chemicals which causes degeneration?
Chemicals, chloroform, alcohol,
Chloroform,
phosphorus.
ether, phosphorus. Yes, carbon
Yes, ma'am.
monoxide also.
Nitrogen monoxide.
Yes.
Yes, yes. They causes degeneration. Then next conditions, metabolic products, endogenous metabolic products. And lastly, the exogenous, that is bacterial. In bacterial or viruses or fungus or parasites causes degeneration. Okay, acute and chronic. So there are types of degeneration that we are. Yes, yes, Komal.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you want to answer?
Which question, ma'am? Types?
Types of degeneration. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Amyloid degeneration, hydropic degeneration,
Hmm.
fatty degeneration, myocardial degeneration, and lipoid degeneration.
Oh, okay, okay. So this type we are going to study one by one. So first type we are going to discuss today is about cloudy swelling. It is also called as albuminous or parenchymatous degeneration. That is cloudy swelling. Okay. So it is also known as parenchymatous or albuminous degeneration. Now it is a commonest illness of the cell. It is very, very common illness of the cell. It affects the protein constituent of the cell. Okay. And the changes is easily reversible. The changes that occurs at the cellular level, they are easily reversible. So we called it as reversible cell injury. Okay. This degeneration is called as reversible cell injury. Now, whenever the changes or the change is easily when get reversible, it brings the cellular functions normal. It brings the structure back. Okay, so structure and functions, they get regained back whenever the reverse or the cure of the cell occurs. Okay, so the normal state of health can acquire easily by the cell in this type of degeneration. Now, what are the etiological factors of degeneration? This cloudy swelling, that is any acute infection, fever, any toxic condition, or anoxia. What is anoxia? Yes, what is anoxia?
Lack of
Low
oxygen to the
oxygen
tissues.
to the cell.
less oxygen. Okay, anoxia is less oxygen. So the etiology of cloudy swelling is any acute infection, fever, toxic condition, or anoxia. Now, what are the changes that occurs in the affected organ? Which organs get affected here with cloudy swelling? Liver cells, kidney, spleen, heart. Okay, these are the important organs get affected. Now, what are the changes that occurs? Gross changes. That is, affected organ becomes swollen. The parenchyma of that organ bulges out through the cut surface, like this. Okay, the cell get bulges here. Edematous, it get bulges. Okay, the cells in these tissues, they get swollen, they get bulges. Sometimes the parenchyma also come out from the cut surface. Now, what are the microscopic changes? Microscopically, the cell becomes swollen, the cell becomes granular and eosinophilic. The parenchymal cells of the liver, kidney, spleen and heart get affected in this cloudy swelling. Okay. Now what happens with the kidney? The parenchyma of kidney bulges out through the cut portions of the capsule. The organ becomes pale due to compression of the blood vessel. There is so much of swelling, there is so much of edema appears in this at the cellular level that there is compression of the blood vessels. The blood vessels get compressed. So the blood supply reduces and the organ looks pale. See this cloudy swelling. It is degeneration. That is, we call it as cloudy swelling. It is due to the failure of cellular sodium pump. The sodium pump get fails and this allows excess of sodium to enters in the cell. So whenever sodium enters, with one molecule of sodium, there are 4 molecules of water with each molecule. So water also enters inside the cell and there is increase in the cellular water. That we call it as cloudy swelling. Why swelling appears? Because of excess of this sodium and protein pump. There is defect in the sodium and protein pump. So the much more sodium enters inside the cell and which rises the cellular water. And the next this degeneration is hydropic degeneration. We call it as vacuolar degeneration. So hydropic degeneration is a severe form of cloudy swelling. Initial stage, there is cloudy swelling, but later on, when it persists, the causes persist, it will get landed into hydropic degeneration. It occurs with hypokalemia that we are going to discuss later on. What is hydropic degeneration? It is due to vomiting and diarrhea, excess vomiting and diarrhea. There is hypokalemia occur, lose the potassium loss, much more potassium loses from the cell and sodium enters inside the cell and potassium loses. That is, they come out from the cell. So there is hypokalemia. Okay. So this is the cloudy swelling, the figure of cloudy swelling. Here there is swelling seen in each and every. The cytoplasm we look, it is star shaped, no? It becomes star shaped. Looking the cytoplasm, no? So because of bulging of the cells, there is the cytoplasm, it looks star shaped. And sometimes this, they get bulges out of the parenchyma whenever there is cut surface. Okay. So this is all about of cloudy swelling. There is the illness, it is the commonest illness of the cell. It affects the protein constituents of the cell and the change is easily reversible to bring the cell to normal state of health. That is about the cloudy swelling. In that, what happens? How the swelling appears? Because of defect in the sodium and protein pump, the sodium enters inside the cell and there is loss of proteins. Okay. Now, what are the etiological factors of cloudy swelling? Any toxic condition, any infections, fever, that is flu, then toxic conditions, or anoxia, that is less oxygen. In the condition of less oxygen, this happens with the cell. That is the cloudy swelling, called it as parenchymatous degeneration, cloudy swelling, or albuminous degeneration. Okay. Now the next type is hydropic degeneration. It affects the proteins of epithelial cells and is characterized by vacuolization of the cells, hence also called as vacuolar degeneration. Okay, vacuolization of the cell occurs and it is called as vacuolar degeneration. The etiology behind this hydropic degeneration is increased osmotic pressure within the cell, because there is more protein, sodium, water enters inside the cell. Later on there is loss of potassium, but this increases the osmotic pressure within the cell. The second cause is toxic agents interfering with the semi-permeability of the cell membrane. There is damage with the semi-permeability of the cell membrane. So there is fall in the potassium concentration of the cell with increase of sodium ions. Now, according to the recent studies, it shows that the deficiency of potassium is the basic derangement leading to hydropic degeneration. So, whenever there is deficiency of potassium occurs, this hydropic degeneration occurs. Okay. This is the slide of hydropic degeneration. The hydropic change is one of the early signs of cellular degeneration in response to the injury. It refers to the accumulation of water in the cell, and this is clearly seen in the slide, that is accumulation of the water. The accumulation of water in the tubular cells is usually due to hypoxia of the tissue with a resultant decrease in the aerobic respiration. Where this aerobic respiration occurs? Mainly in the mitochondria. So there is decreased production of ATP. So this will lead to the derangement of the metabolism at the cellular level. Okay. So hydropic change is nothing but this next part of this particular cloudy swelling. See, this is hydropic degeneration. Here there is hepatocytes we are looking in this slide. It shows hydropic degeneration. This H, it is written, it is called as hydropic degeneration in the hepatocytes. This is normal hepatocyte and this is with degeneration. Okay, so this is renal picture and this is liver picture showing hydropic degeneration. See, in liver it is also this degenerative cell. You can see very easily swollen cell with accumulation of more albuminous material, sodium and water inside the cell. This swollen, very much swollen cell. See the area, the shape, the structure of the cell is also get changes. Here we can see the normal hepatocyte, and here you can compare this with the hydropic changes. Okay. So this is all about of today's lecture, that is cloudy swelling and hydropic degeneration we covered. Next week again we are going to meet on Monday and Tuesday. So there will be again the next part of degeneration we are going to discuss, that is about fatty degeneration, fatty infiltration. Okay. So I am going to end this meeting. If there is any query, you can ask. Yes? Yes, students, you can raise your hands and ask any query. You can take the screenshots of the slide, those who are absent in yesterday's lecture. So please take the screenshots of introduction of pathology. If you want, you can take the screenshots and save them in different PDF file. You can make PDF file, or otherwise you can see these lectures on YouTube later on when get uploaded by college. Yes, any query? You can raise your hand and ask if there is any query related to study, related to your this topic. Yes. Yes, any query?
Ma'am,
Yes. Yes, speak out. Or you can message me, you can type and ask any way you want. You can raise your hand and ask me.
ma'am,
Yes. Yes.
ma'am, difference between hydropic and cloudy swelling.
Yes. So cloudy swelling, it is nothing but the albuminous degeneration. That is, it affects the
Yes, ma'am.
protein constituent of the cell that we discussed now. So the change there
Yes, ma'am.
easily get reversible in cloudy swelling. And the next part of cloudy swelling is hydropic degeneration. In this type
Yes.
hydropic degeneration, there is the sodium pump get affected. That is, there is
Okay.
increased sodium concentration. Water comes inside, more water comes inside the cell than the cloudy swelling, and there is vacuoles get formed inside the cytoplasm. Where in the cloudy swelling there is no vacuolization. Okay,
Okay.
just there
Okay.
is a
Ma'am, vacuoles means empty space is formed inside the
yes,
cell.
yes, yes, yes. Small vacuoles get
Okay.
formed inside the cell.
Okay, ma'am.
This hydropic degeneration we also call it as cloudy swelling. Okay, sorry, vacuolar degeneration.
Uh,
Hydropic
yes,
degeneration
ma'am.
is also called it as vacuolar.
Vacuolar degeneration.
Vacuoles, large vacuoles
Degeneration.
get formed in the cytoplasm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
So please give me your attendance like yesterday's. Just screenshots of your attendance is sufficient. Or any one of you can write your names and numbers uh, on page and give me the photo of that particular thing. Okay. You can write the names of students if you know from your batch, and you can send the picture in the group. That is also. So I am going to end this meeting, today's meeting. Okay. We will meet on Monday, next Monday. Bye bye and take care.